I'm looking to level the bed ends. We've got the trailer leveled, but the bed ends are down a bit. This one's down a little bit more because I was trying to fix it and I broke the bolt. I'll show you that in a second, but I don't know if you can see the level bubble there. So it has to go up about a quarter to half an inch, and to do that you have to tighten the bolts up and raise them up on the bottom where the support rods go in. So I was trying to do that last week or so, and I thought it was all of a sudden turning easy because I didn't have much of a problem on the other end. I did get that one to level, and it just twisted off and broke. So I got a new threaded rod, and I'm going to, and appropriate bolts, and I'm going to install this one now. I got one for the other side too. I didn't even get to that yet, so I don't know if it's going to break or not. I'm just going to replace it, and this side is done. And then the other side, I can always get those whenever we would need to adjust it. But so this goes under here, and these are sticking out like this, and then your support poles stick in that. And you can see on that side there's a bolt. It's about a half an inch out, so that you would screw that outward on the threaded rod to adjust that up or down. So we're going to put the new rod in now. So the parts that I got, of course, the threaded rod, and this is how long it was. They said you can just cut it. So I just cut that with a hacksaw, filed the sharp burrs on the end of it, and just threaded the bolt over it and just worked it over that, and it wasn't bad. It didn't get caught on it or anything. So the bolts that you need on there are, this has the star locking washer on there, and then another one on this end coming this way. So that's going to bolt it into the frame. So you're going to squeeze those together. Probably have a little bit of the rod sticking out on that at that point. And then you have a flared bolt that will come down this way with the flare out. And that's what the support rod will sit against, and that's what you'll adjust. So that'll be down into there. So I would probably put it down pretty far with a little bit of a gap after I place it in there, and then just put the rod in and see where the level is. And if it's pretty good, then I'll just leave it there, tackle the other side, and then adjust from there, because it might change once I put that side in. Okay. So I believe these were 9/16. Yep. So I'm going to tighten that. I have this one just sticking out a little bit on the back, almost flush. Tighten that a little bit. I don't think you need to have it extremely tight. The star washer is digging in a little bit here, so you don't want to have it so tight that you can't ever get it off again, and you don't want it to break the bolts. I just put some reasonable amount of torque on there, and then we have this port here. That's it. So I have the camper, the bed end, held up with this work table, so I'll have to put the rod in there. Let's see here. raise that a little bit. Try not to get my fingers stuck in there. Okay, so it has to go up a little bit more. I'm going to leave it on, leave the rod in there and tighten it, which I think will work. I think that I did that on the other side when I was micro adjusting it. So, one. See how that went. A little more. I expect some water to come off the roof here. I felt a couple drops. It rained last night, so there's probably some water sitting, puddling up there. Okay, that actually looks pretty close. It actually could come down just a little bit. I don't know how exact. I'll bring it down just a little bit, but I'll probably end up adjusting it again when I do the other side. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so I'll do the other side. I had already sprayed this with WD-40. I don't know if there's still anything there, but I'm going to be replacing it, so if it breaks off, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to move the support horse over to this side and then adjust it so that it's pretty much in the position that it's in now. Then I'll lift up on it and take this bar out of here. Alright, take this rod out. I have it supported here.
What the hell was that? Let's get back to business here.
Alright, I'll try tackling this now. We'll see what happens. I got the vice grips here, which are usually your friend. Let's see. Okay, well that's not coming off easily, so I'm going to get the vice grips, and this is pretty corroded. You can see where I sprayed it, but it's pretty bumpy and corroded. So, okay, I was able to get that off. I turned it little by little and got the bolt off here. Geez, I put it on just for the heck of it, but can't even. I threaded it on one thread, so it did come off. It was squeaking the whole time. I probably should have sprayed it again with WD-40, but the threads aren't too bad here, but you can see all inside here, this is all just rusted. So there's not going to be any adjusting of this bolt for the height. So I'm going to take this and measure up the new piece and cut that, and we'll get that installed. This is like a nothing repair, fairly cheap. I think I got this from a hardware store, local hardware store. If you bought something like this online, it'd probably be even cheaper, but I think it was like $10 or something like that for the 2 rods and the 3 bolts, the 2 star bolts, star washer bolts, and the flare bolt. So in all, everything that would be being put into this trailer, this is nothing. Okay, that one's done. I thread the bolt on backwards here, run it back down, run it back down the threads, work it off the end, make sure that the threads aren't messed up. I filed the rough burrs on there, and that feels pretty smooth. Yeah. So I'm going to have that sticking out just a little bit. Put that through. Put the other star washer nut on there. Run that down. Tighten it down here. Again, this is a 9/16 wrench. Okay, the star is digging in there now, so I'm not going to get it too bad. It's pretty tight there. It's not going to work its way out. Yeah, that's, and I don't know if there's any torque spec for that, but I would say that if I was going to guess, it's probably about 80. Yeah, okay. So then we get the flare bolt on. Run that down. I'm going to pull it out a little further than the other one was, and then I'll have less movement to go. If anything, I might have to adjust it down further. Okay, so let's get the pole in here. Okay, I got the pole in there. I have it not resting on the work horse. So we'll see what the level looks like. Yeah, so it's gotta go up still quite a bit. So that took about 15 half turns of this bolt. It's sticking out quite a bit further than it was originally, and it's sticking out more than the other side. So I have to check the other side now and make sure that that's still level. I made sure that the trailer was still level on this end and on that end, actually all around. So if your trailer's not level, then you're wasting your time. But I'll check that side now. Any adjustments are going to be minimal. And then this is done. So that did need about a turn and a half to make it level. We'll work with that. So on all sides, we'll have it as perfectly level as possible, and then check it once we use it and have weight in there and everything, and see if anything settles, and then we can always adjust it. And it's very easy adjusting that bolt. It's literally, especially with the new ones here,